Hello guys, welcome back. I remain Martina Onwa. In our today's lesson, we shall look at electoral malpractices. Lesson objective. At the end of this lesson, students should be able to define electoral malpractices, identify forms of electoral malpractices, list the consequences of electoral malpractices, mention the ways of preventing electoral malpractices. The meaning of electoral malpractices. This is the interference or manipulation of electoral process by the Electoral Commission, political parties and candidates. It includes the following: fake ballot papers, manipulation of votes, artificial scarcity of electoral materials, underage voting, financial endorsement, and other corrupt practices, fake manifesto. Electoral malpractices is also the failing of all electoral institutions or bodies to carry out election in the proper or professional way it is supposed to be done. Forms of electoral malpractices. Electoral malpractices can come in various forms, which are: first, it may be caused by using of fake ballot papers printed illegally by contesting parties and manipulation of votes. Second, there may also be artificial scarcity of electoral materials in some areas in order to prevent or in order to weaken some parties where they are strong. Third, some political parties may hire underage voters who are not up to the voting age in order to increase their chances of winning. Fourth, some candidates or supporters may intimidate some lawful voters in order to scare away the supporters of the opposing parties. Fifth, bribery and corruption in the form of giving money to electoral officers with the intention to make them change election results. Sixth, keeping of electoral materials into personal custody and not with INEC. Mere consequences of electoral malpractice. When a candidate comes on a leading position through election malpractices, people may arrange riot as a sign of disagreement. Sometimes, the level of such a desire to see another leader may cause violent stand-up. Violence. This tool is used to weaken the strength and power of other organizations that do not agree with the election result. Electoral malpractices has a negative effect on the confidence of voters in the elective procedure. Thus, it leads to political apathy and low voter turnout the next year. Fraud on elections brings immense harm to the administrative institutions which are in charge of the election process. Lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, students should be able to define electoral malpractices, identify forms of electoral malpractices, list the consequences of electoral malpractices, mention the ways of preventing electoral malpractices. Fourth, the use of advanced information technology such as computer and electron machine for dictation of fingerprints will reduce the act of multiple registrations. Fifth, a person found guilty in electoral malpractices should be banned from politics for life. Sixth, pressure groups should rise up from all quarters to oppose electoral malpractices. Electoral malpractices is any act that hinders free and fair election. That is, It is any act or lawlessness that could stop or discourage people to cast their vote freely and sincerely. Forms: diversion of electoral materials, underage voting, multiple registration of voters by a single individual. Consequences: wrong people in power, political instability, political violence. Prevention: voters must obey the laws guiding an election. Serious punishment for election riggers. Examine the causes of election malpractices in a country. What are the possible ways to prevent election malpractices in a country? Forward all your inquiries and answers to gmosmith@edufirst.ng. Thanks.